Hello again everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be focusing on a fellow art commentary YouTuber known as Hopeless Peaches, who has recently gotten into some controversy revolving around another YouTuber known as Prisonmate Luke and Creepshow Art. However, those are her more recent dramas. She has a history of doing similar things spanning way back to around 2 years ago, involving an animator and artist known as Camila Cuevas. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I'll be going over both situations to the best of my ability, as well as providing commentary upon the whole thing. But before the video starts, I just do want to mention that I've been getting closer to 50k. I've made a promise that when I do hit that number, I will drop my meme folder containing about 400 videos featuring all the memes I use in my transition slides, plus a whole lot more that I can't put in the videos due to copyrighted music, so if you could help me reach that goal by the end of the year, that'd be fantastic, but that's not required. Anyways, without further ado, let's just get right into the video. If you remember something about the Toby drama, it was that she released a video criticizing Creepshow Art, which she then responded to publicly. It wasn't that big of a thing on its own, it was more of like a footnote in the whole thing, unlike the drama that ensued for Toby, but if you recall some of the accusations made in that video, it was said that Creepshow had been defensive and rude to a former friend of hers, and that friend we now know was Hopeless Peaches. It all started when they made a collaboration video together, but it didn't do so well, so she got upset over that, and for some reason just decided to say that because of the situation, Creepshow was mad at her, even though Creepshow literally does not care, and she said as much in her response video to this whole thing. But judging from the messages that were sent to Prisonmate Luke, which he showed in his video, after that they were fine for a while until Creepshow's Jaclyn Hill video, where Peaches said that she didn't like the video and felt as if she came off as a bully in it, and when Creepshow disagreed, Peaches soft-blocked her and started vague tweeting about her, and just generally spreading lies. Creepshow felt like they had been really close friends to the point where she saw Peaches as a little sister, so it understandably hurt her a lot when she found out via Toby's video that she had been saying all these false things about her, and that she was scared of her, along with a lot of other people in the art commentary community. Personally, I really empathize with the part about how hurt Shannon being Creepshow, felt when she learned that someone who she thought was really close friends with was scared of her, and it just really sucks knowing that she spread all that misinformation, but it must have just been absolutely terrible knowing that she was intimidating someone who she thought was a friend. It's just not fun knowing that your friends are scared of you, and I guess at that point it's kind of obvious that Creepshow wasn't friends with Peaches anymore, but to know someone you're friends with is intimidated by you can bring up a lot of anxiety regarding your relationship, and to be under the impression that they like you while they're saying a bunch of bad things about you is just terrible, and I honestly feel really bad for her, and I hope that, you know, she can move on from this. I honestly have no idea why Peaches felt the need to do all that, but as we'll come to see, lying about people is kind of a pattern with her, so she did respond saying that she never attacked or yelled at her, but also saying that she doesn't think that she's lying or manipulating anything, and that she still had respect for her. Moving on to the Prisonmate Luke situation, at one point Peaches had tweeted that she was done, goodbye, and then immediately acted like nothing had happened, which, slight pause on this part, that was a really dumb thing to tweet and then barely address, because saying something like that and heavily insinuates that you're going to do something drastic and maybe even harm yourself, and then simply saying sorry for the last tweet then immediately going on to tweet about a video idea just seems kind of lame to me. I can understand tweeting something like that and not immediately understanding the implications of it, but going offline for like half a day and not once thinking, hey, maybe tweeting this and going offline will worry my fans, but even so, after coming back from that tweet, you should really elaborate more than sorry for the last tweet. Something better would be sorry for worrying you with the last tweet. I wasn't in the best state of mind and I didn't realize the implications it had until it was too late. I will think harder about things next time, but I needed to take a break. That's just it's a little better, but anyways, back to what I was talking about. Luke criticized her for tweeting that, and then she went on to try and say that he attacked her and called her a scumbag because she didn't die, which was literally not at all what was said. He never hoped that you had died. He was just trying to make the point that it was a bad idea to tweet out something like that because, again, it looks really bad. And for the record, I feel like this is an obvious thing to say, but don't go harass Peaches or anyone I talk about for the matter. Criticism isn't harassment, and harassment isn't criticism. They are not one and the same. It just makes you and the side you're trying to represent look bad. Anyways, Peaches then goes on to tweet that she said that Luke had never wished her to die and that she just felt that way, which in and of itself isn't a good argument because just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean that's what actually happened. And she did also say that, you know, the lines, to have a channel bigger than me with such a popular video with so many people attacking my character or just me outright because I didn't die, it's like the whole world saying I should have, and 100k plus people all seem to agree with the sentiment that I'm a liar and a scumbag because I didn't die. It doesn't really leave much room for your statement that you only said you felt that way to ring true. It's really irresponsible to imply that Luke wanted you dead when those words literally never left his mouth. Those are my thoughts on the more recent developments. I probably missed a few things, but those are my opinions on what I gathered from the videos that were made on her, and I do feel like I should commentate on the whole Camila Cuevas situation as well, because while I never spoke about the drama back then, as it wasn't really what my channel was about, I still took Peach's side initially, and I'm really glad I didn't say anything about it now, because after hearing Camila's side of things, paired with the repeated pattern of Peach's behavior, I feel super bad for believing her back then. So let's just go over the situation, and I'll wrap up my thoughts on it all at the end of the video. Camila also released her own Google document on the situation, which I'll be linking in the, description down below. There's a lot of information that I can't cover here for time's sake, so I'm just going to try and compress this all into a nice little video. I recommend you go watch other people's opinions and first-hand accounts of the subject to supplement your knowledge of the situation, but yeah, let's just get into the next segment. The whole thing started about 2 years ago when Peaches and Camila were friends, and they had decided to do a collaboration piece together. From the very beginning, Camila had expressed that she wanted this piece to be part of her merch collection, and Peaches had no objection to this. They finished the collaborative piece, and Camila posted the speed paint onto her channel, and then put a design up for sale as a poster on her merch shop. This is the image in question, a dual-sided reflection piece that can easily be flipped upside down depending on what side the buyer or viewer wanted upright. Notice the placement of the signatures, as that will come into play later on. Both are clear in the same spot, but at any given time, one would be upside down. Later on, Peaches began DMing Camila about her apparently not being credited properly and that her signature was hidden, and this is blatantly not the case, as you can see here. Peaches was credited on DeviantArt as well as the speed paint itself. Her signature is very clear on the piece, and the only thing that can obstruct it from view is that it was upside down, which could literally be fixed by just rotating the piece. Peaches then expressed that she was now uncomfortable with the design being sold, and then Camila respected that and took the piece off the store, selling a grand total of 0 copies. Nobody bought it. Camila did not make any revenue off the poster, again important later. Peaches then went on to make a post on the Undertale Amino titled "Why Not the Collab with Camila Cuevas," and it reads as follows. This creator, a channel with 600k subscribers who would already be getting lots of money and ad revenue from our collaboration anyways, would undermine a smaller creator's work that they had done for them for free. I was not asking any money from her, simply to not be used any longer. However, since she had outright stated my work meant nothing and profited off nothing, I will be fighting through this to stop her from thinking that she can use smaller creators with no following to make money from. Pausing here, this is already a lot to unpack. At no point did Camila say that Peaches' work was worth nothing. She likely said that it had made nothing because, again, no copies were sold when Peaches asked her to take the design off the shop. She made no revenue from the sale of the design as merch, and judging from the links in the description of the speed paint, Peaches had uploaded a video to her channel as well, so she likely had an equal opportunity to make money from the speed paint. However, YouTube revenue is fickle, and I'm unsure about the exact metrics of both videos, so it's kind of hard to compare the two in terms of money made, but the fact that Peaches literally just lied and said that Camila was making money off her work while calling it nothing is just so disingenuous. Continuing on the post, Peaches said that if Camila Cuevas asks you for collaboration, do not take it. She has robbed me of a lot of money, and ever since we collabed, she has thrown me to the curb before I even knew about all of this. I have been shown no appreciation for my work, and those who bought the poster had no idea they were funding theft. What buyers, Peaches? Literally nobody bought the poster. She's also downright advising people to not collaborate with Camila, and ironically, in turn robbing her of a lot of experiences with other artists and possibly revenue as well. She then goes on to detail how her signature had been warped, flipped, shrunken, and hidden away, which again was just simply not true, as you can see from this image. She had posted it while Camila was asleep, which likely was not intentional, but it still led Camila to only find out about this 8 hours after it had been posted, and by then it had already been spread around and people were talking about it. She tried to make a post defending herself, but it was only up for 15 minutes before the mods of the Amino deleted both of their posts. And Amino is basically like the kid version of Reddit, and seeing as this was an Undertale Amino, the average age was probably similar to the number of brain cells seen in the average Twitter user, being around 7, and if there's one thing kids are, it's impressionable, so obviously the post that was up first and was up for longer got way more people behind it, and it's a smaller guy, everyone wants to root for the underdog, and even if their minds could be changed, a lot of them probably didn't even see Camila's response or get the chance to, which was, in my opinion, really bad modding. If a big drama kicks up like this, you don't delete both sides of people arguing, you address the situation and give both people a chance to speak and resolve things and share their side. You don't let one person have their side up for longer. That's just really bad moderating on their part, like I said earlier, and I felt like the situation totally could have been handled better, but again, the mods were likely kids, and Camila felt that she couldn't speak up about this because she had a much larger audience than Peaches, and she thought that it would, be construed as her bullying Peaches, and to that I say, please do not think that. It does not matter what your sub count is. If somebody is lying about you, you have every single right to set the record straight, and it's not bullying. People can say what they want, and you have the right to respond to that. Your sub count does not limit that. It's literally just a number. Peaches made an apology post, but a lot of it was focused on how the whole situation affected her mental health and how her depression had started acting up because of it, which is just a really bad way to respond to the situation in my opinion. I've said this a lot, but mental health is an explanation, not an excuse or something to hide behind as a pity-me plea. By doing that, you're giving people with that mental health problem a bad name because you associate it with your bad actions. Overall, the entire situation with Camilla was absolutely gross, the way she was lied about, how she felt trapped into saying nothing. I'm glad that she can come forward with this now, and I suggest you read the document and give her some support, as I didn't get to cover every single detail here for time's sake. I would give Peaches the benefit of the doubt, maybe that she's changed, but seeing as her behavior has been repeated in recent years, I wouldn't hold my breath saying that she's changed since. Overall, I do think Peaches should take a break from the internet and sort her own problems out first before addressing this, because she likely does have a lot of problems judging from what's been happening. It doesn't do her any good to still be in an environment where she can't grow, and I do believe that Hopeless Peaches, despite the name, can get better. Everyone can improve, it's just a matter if they want to or not, and I hope that Peaches sees that she really does need to improve in this, situation. I do want to see her get better from this because she is genuinely really talented and has a lot of potential as a creator and an artist, and I hope she does take some time to mull things over before doing anything. Anyways, those are my thoughts on this whole situation. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll be packing things up. If you like this video, be sure to, like it, subscribe if you want more content like this, or if you want access to my meme stash as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, subscribe to me. If you want to get a commission, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, or DeviantArt, or just follow me there if you want to see the art I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.